Welcome to another Cardano update. Like always, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want access to our daily Discord updates for only like $5 a month. Also check out the new third wave merchandise, and I hope you enjoyed this video. So right now, Cardano is seeing a bounce off the 0.618 support level right here, and well, I cannot confirm that the low is in because we do not have 5 waves up. However, we do have an ABC down, so the low should be in. And honestly, if we do not hold above the 0.618 support level right here and we drop to the next support level, well, it's gonna be okay because that's gonna put us in the oversold territory on the 4-hour chart. However, we cannot afford to drop below this support zone right here, because if we do, this could turn into a much bigger ABC structure for this second wave, and that could invalidate the second one to set up on the chart. And if that happens, it's not gonna be the end of the world. However, it could be very, very boring. And I saw a couple of comments the other day telling me that this is, maybe that this is an ABCDE structure, and if that's the case, that's probably what we're getting right now. I don't think that's the case. I still think this is a normal ABC followed by a 1-2 setup, but we'll see if that happens or not. I mean, so far we reacted to support levels many times, so I think the wave count is correct, but if it's not, it's okay. Now, could we get another low right here in the second wave? Well, it's highly unlikely in my opinion, because I mean, this would be an overshooting B wave, and also here we have 5 waves up, so it's highly unlikely that something like this happens. But if we break below the 0.786 support level, then I think it could happen. Now, are we going to do that? Well, I don't know. I mean, this is just my opinion, but I think the market will not break down right now. Now, also, today is the Fed meeting. I forgot to mention that. I think I mentioned it in the title, so you're probably watching this and you're wondering what the title is about. And well, today is the Fed meeting, and I think it's in like 8 hours right now when I'm recording it. It's this time right here, so when you'll see this, it's probably gonna be in like 6 hours or so, maybe like 7, I don't know. And well, I'm not really expecting much. Maybe we'll stop QT, I don't know. I mean, we could stop QT. Are we gonna start QE? Probably not, but I mean, who knows? The market is not really in a good situation right now, so we could theoretically do something, but please not, get your expectations too high, because we're probably staying in QT at least until June or July or whatever, whenever the next Fed meeting is. And well, I mean, that's it about that. And well, the short term, we are still waiting for a third wave right here, the third wave of this 1-2 setup. The target for that is 85.8 cents. We are still waiting for a cross on the bull market support band. And well, Cardano still needs to get above the bull market support band first and above the 200-day moving average. And once it does that, then the next target, like I said, is right here. Then we need a fourth wave move down and a fifth wave move up. That will complete the third wave of this 1-2 setup. Then a fourth wave move down and a fifth wave move up. And these 5 waves will finally tell us that the low right here is in, and that the double bottom is actually a double bottom and not just a triple bottom or something. So yeah, that's it about the short term. Now I also want to talk about the weekly chart for a second. I talked about this the other day, I think, but basically Cardano is pretty much getting rejected by the moving average on the weekly chart, and as you can see, it's about to test it again. So I'm actually expecting Cardano to get above it maybe this week or next week, and if it doesn't, that could actually lead to another move to the downside, and I don't think many people want to see that. And honestly, I don't see it happening because Bitcoin is going up and it's above the bull market support band. So I think once Ethereum finally wakes up and once Bitcoin dominance gets to 66%, I think the altcoin market is going to start outperforming Bitcoin, and well, Bitcoin will still get to all-time highs, obviously. I mean, Bitcoin always gets to all-time highs. However, I think Bitcoin is gonna get to all-time highs by the end of the second week of June, and oh, my things are back on the chart right now. And well, that's been my prediction for a very long time now. I've been saying that since Bitcoin was right here, and I've been saying that Bitcoin will most likely be at $250,000 by the end of the cycle, since pretty much this low right here when we were at 50K. So yeah, we're still waiting for it to wake up. I mean, it has already woken up, but we're still waiting for a cross on the bull market support support band right there. Speaking of that, let's go on the 4-hour chart and let's see what's happening over here. So I put this on the chart yesterday or 2 days ago, this trend line, and by the looks of it, we reacted to it, which is good, and we could always test it again. And keep in mind, in the past, when you look at what Bitcoin did after it got above the bull market support band, for example, right here, yes, it did get back above it. However, we kind of got rejected and then we went below it, and then when we finally got back above it, we had a cross on the bull market support band. So maybe this is what we're doing right now. Keep in mind, when we got above the bull market support band right here, we were still kind of below the 200-day moving average, and maybe you could say that we actually got rejected by the 200-day moving average and we did not really test the bull market support band. This was just a rejection of the 200-day moving average, and right now we are already above that. So maybe we're not getting that right now. Maybe Bitcoin will just continue going higher, and if that's the case, I think Bitcoin dominance will finally hit 66.2%, which is the 0.796 resistance level of the previous high. And I don't know why it's not on the chart. I think the trading view chart is broken today, so yeah, it's somewhere around here, but yeah, 66.2% is our target, and we are like 1% away. That literally could happen today, and the Fed meeting is today, so maybe we're just preparing for something. I don't know, I'm not gonna speculate on that. We'll just have to wait and see what happens with this. Bitcoin dominance, like, I mean, it's been going up since this low right here at about, well, this was in September of 2022. It's been going up right now. We're in May of 2025. At some point, this will start breaking down. It's only a matter of time. I mean, it started breaking down in the previous cycle, and it started breaking down in the cycle before that as well. It's not gonna go up forever. It's not gonna go to 100% because, I mean, it's not possible in my opinion. So once this breaks down, Ethereum will finally find a low. Now, speaking of Ethereum, we need to talk about this. It got above the moving average on the weekly RSI, which is actually extremely bullish, and this could actually tell us that the low could be in. Now, I'm not gonna confirm that the low is in until Ethereum actually gets above $2,100, and I've been saying this for many weeks at this point, but it's still in a downtrend, and we need to break out of this downtrend. We need to break above this local high right here, and it's exactly at $2,100. It's also exactly at the 50% support level, so there's going to be some resistance in this area, but if we break above it, I'm gonna say that the low is in, and I'm gonna say that I was wrong about Ethereum getting another low, and maybe we're not getting to the oversold territory on the weekly chart, but I'm not gonna say that we are not until we actually manage to break above the trend line and, you know, actually get above it, and more than just a few, you know, points right there, and break above it, then retest it, and then use it as support, and then bounce off of it. So that's what we need right now, and Ethereum still has a lot to prove, but if it actually manages to break above that high right here, I think that will actually trigger a big move to the upside, and also that once we get there, I think we'll also get a cross on the bull market support band, and I mean, that's what Ethereum needs right now. The last time we had a cross was about here, and during that time, Ethereum went from $1,800 all the way up to about $4,000, so this is what we're waiting for right now. Well, actually, I think I made a mistake. The last time we had a cross was right here. Ethereum was at about $2,700, and it went up to $4,000. So we're waiting for Ethereum to finally start the fifth wave move up. And trust me, when it starts, I think the altcoin market is gonna wake up, ADA included, by the way, and yeah, we're still, you know, waiting for the third wave of the third wave. By the way, we have t-shirts for that, so check them out. And the target for the third wave of the third wave, which, by the way, it's the third wave of this 1-2 setup, is $3.50. Is that gonna happen? I have no idea, but that's my target for it. It's the 1618 of this 1-2 setup, and well, so far my wave count has been pretty accurate, so we'll see if this continues, you know, being that, but if it's not accurate, then I mean, we'll see what happens in the cycle. But I mean, if you look at what happened in the previous cycle, and I've been talking about this pattern for probably months at this point, it's the exact same pattern every single time, and people do not want to seem to, you know, realize that. I mean, it's still a 1-2 setup like we had right here. It's the exact pattern. It's even the exact same trend lines, and the trend line was also tested the exact amount of times. So right now we're just waiting for the final test, which was this right here. Once we get that, that's gonna be, you know, very, very important. And if we break above the trend line, that could easily put us above the previous 2021 all-time highs. So that's what you need to know about Cardano. And also you need to know that on the monthly chart it actually stayed above the moving average right here, just like it did right here in the previous cycle after it formed the second one to set up. So I think this month is going to be very, very bullish, and I think many people are going to be caught off by surprise because they are not expecting anything to go up. I mean, if we stay in QT, I mean, nobody's gonna expect the market to go up during that time because, I mean, in the last cycle, we kind of needed, you know, to start QE in order to get this move right here. But people seem to forget that in the 2017 cycle right here, we were in QT the entire time. So I don't know why people seem to forget that, but it's an important detail that many people do not want to talk about. So we don't necessarily need QE to start the altcoin season. We just need Ethereum to find a bottom, and we need Bitcoin dominance to actually top. And once it tops, it's gonna go down. It's as easy as that, and that's all you need to know about this. I mean, it's even overbought on the monthly chart. It has never been overbought on the monthly chart in the past. So this tells us that at some point it will break down like it always does. And once it does, I mean, Cardano will finally wake up. People will no longer call it a dead coin or stuff like that. And well, that's all you need to know basically. I mean, I've been talking about this chart every single day for the past couple of months, probably almost 1 year at this point. So if there's anyone that who knows, I mean, who's talking about, maybe it's me or maybe it's other people who actually talk about the chart every single day instead of people who just look at it and say, well, yeah, this is garbage, and then they move on. So yeah, that's all I have. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want access to our daily Discord updates for only like $5 a month. Also, check out the third wave of the third wave merchandise. Like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.